you struggle with finding yourself very bored a lot of the times? Do you constantly feel like there's nothing that you can do? Let's talk about that. Yo, what's good, everybody? It's your boy Noah back again with another video. Yes, thank you all so much for tuning into today's video. In today's video, I want to go over a problem that a lot of people struggle with, including myself sometimes. I've gotten a little bit better at this, but I still, on occasion, it's very rare, I guess, but boredom, right? A lot of us, there's not really a lot of things that we think that we can do to fulfill ourselves, fulfill our needs. And so let's just jump right into it. Before we understand, this is going to be a video on how you can how to never become bored again. How you can never become bored. These are tips that I've used in my life that have helped me tremendously. But before we kind of go into how to never be bored, we have to understand what it is that's causing this boredom. You see, a lot of us are constantly overstimulated, right? This is one of the main issues as to why people are usually bored. Through television, as well as video games, as well as just being on our phones a lot, we get constantly stimulated. This means that there's an excessive amount of dopamine that gets released within the brain. And like I said, this is from watching TV, playing video games. I'm guilty of this as well. But being on our phone a lot as well, I think that's one of the main things that causes overstimulation as well as boredom. You see, the reason why a lot of us are bored is because we're constantly stimulated and we're overstimulated. And because we're overstimulated, we think that there's nothing left that we can do. And it really makes us lazy because it doesn't really make us want to go outside. It doesn't really make us want to do anything. This is something that I've noticed in terms of being bored in my life. I've found that the more and more I'm on my phone, the less and less energy that I have. It sounds kind of weird, but it sounds counterproductive, but at the end of the day, it ends up being very ironic because when we're on our phone all day, which has been me a lot, this is one of the huge problems that I actually struggle with today is being on my phone constantly, and it's something that I'm working on each and every day. But I think that one of the main reasons why everyone is bored a lot of the times is because there is excessive screen time going on. I think that a lot of the times we use Netflix a lot, right? We watch a lot of TV, we watch a lot of YouTube. This constantly stimulates our brain. It makes us always have something to watch, and it always has something to entertain our minds, right? But we have to understand that there's going to be a point in our lives where we're not going to have this stuff. And I think it's a good practice to practice just, not being on your phone as much. And, this is it. Like I said before, this is a huge problem that I struggle with, being on my phone. But, it starts from watching a lot of TV, right? Or watching a lot of different TV series or playing video games. This all adds up towards overstimulating our brain. And so this is the reason why we're bored. Now I'm going to get into some of the ways as to how we, some of the things that you can do to limit this and not really be bored as much, or ever, in my case. I'm never really bored, and it's because I've incorporated a couple of these things that have helped me along my journey. One of them has been meditation. Meditation has been a huge way of for me to kind of clear my mind so that I don't get as stimulated and my thoughts are a little bit more clear, you see. Meditation, if you don't really know how to, there's not a specific way. There's a lot of different ways that you can meditate. But meditation has been huge for me, as well as another big thing has been going outside. Just sitting outside in nature, it kind of grounds us, because this is where we were, before everything started. Humans were outside before we were able to build houses, right? And so when we come outside, we can get grounded, and it's easy for us to get our minds away from the overstimulation and kind of just into presence, right? One main thing that I can suggest to you if you're constantly bored is find things that you enjoy doing that doesn't involve the TV screen or your phone. Whether that's reading books, right? I'm a musician. I love playing music. I love singing. So for me, it would be picking up the guitar, right? Picking up the keyboard, not picking it up physically, but, playing the keyboard, right? These are some of the things that I like to do. That kind of takes me away from my phone and some of the screen time that I have. This can also be reading a book. This can also be painting, right? Find something that you enjoy doing that doesn't require anything that has to do with a screen. These are a lot of ways that you can limit your boredom. These are going to be ways that you can actually have things to do in your life. Work on a project, work on something to publish, right? Work out, right? Something that I haven't been doing a lot, but something that I am planning on starting soon. And so, find different things that you can do that don't involve TV time, because when we're overly stimulated, it's easy for us to say that we're super bored, and it's kind of hard for us to look for something else that we can do that doesn't involve the screen. And so I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. It's such a beautiful day outside. We're having so much fun out here. But thank you guys so much for tuning into today's video. I really have appreciated each and every one of you. I've appreciated the support. This is just the beginning, guys. I know I only have 74 subscribers right now, but if you're seeing this, I probably have a lot more. But so I really truly do appreciate each and every one of you guys who have been tuning in and who have been supporting me throughout my journey. And like I said before, this is just the beginning, baby. We're just getting started. I have a lot of projects that I'm working on that I want to release to you. And so with that being said, my friends, if you want to hit me up on my social medias, they're all going to be right here. Have a wonderful afternoon, morning, or night, wherever you're at. Soak in the leaves, soak in the nature. Really step outside. It's very good for you. But with that being said, have a wonderful afternoon, morning, or night, wherever you're at. And peace, love, and happiness, my friends. Mwah.